everybody, welcome back to Golf Chat. I'm Brant. Good to have you here with us today. As you can see, it's going to be something a little bit different. Going to be meeting and playing golf virtually here through the use of Golf Plus on the Oculus headset. Going to be playing with my son, Dr. Benjamin Hicks, and this is a part of a series that I'm calling Everyday Superheroes. So I'm going to be bringing regular people on the channel and just getting a chance to golf and chat with them a little bit. So looking forward to having Ben here on the channel, you learning a little bit more about him and what got him to this place that he is in his life right now. So sit back, relax, enjoy, and let's do some virtual golf chat. All right, so want to again thank everybody for joining here today, and I have with me none other than Dr. Ben Hicks. Now, should I call you doctor? Do I get to call you son? Do I call you Ben or Benbot or stupid idiot? Like, what do you prefer?
Stupid idiot works. You don't have to call me doctor. I don't like being called doctor at work, so you certainly don't have to call me doctor here. That's fine. Whatever you want to call me, I guess.
Okay.
When I inevitably shake it off to the right, feel free to call me idiot. If it tracks, right?
Yeah, sounds good. So this is the first episode of VR Golf Chat. So I'm sure we're going to be working out a couple of bugs, and you might see some funky hand movements with Dr. Ben's arms. If he's, doing something, he might look like he's, some sort of, wow, he disappeared.
Got a little too close. Sorry, I was actually readjusting my thing and talking about that, and I think it freaked out on me. Better?
Yeah, that's just fine. So what we'll do is I'll ask you at the beginning of each hole, I'll just ask you a question, then we'll play our golf hole as best we can, and we'll just kind of go from there. So this, Ben, just so that you know, I'm calling this my Everyday Superheroes version of Golf Chat. So we're just bringing regular people on who have done some extraordinary things in their lives and give, like I tell others, our family a chance to learn a little bit more about you. Someday, maybe more will be watching this on YouTube. But why don't you tell the viewers a little bit just about you? What do you think we should know?
I mean, the most important thing that I always tell people about me is that I'm a husband and a father. I think of all of the things that I could use to describe myself, those are the two most important things to me. My lovely wife, Marissa, and I have been married like 7.5 years now. Actually, probably a little more than that. We're going on 8 years in December. And then we have 2 twin boys, Miles and Merritt. They are 3.5. They are just so much fun. Marissa and my boys, they make my life so much better. And then the most exciting news too is that we're growing our little family. Marissa is currently expecting our 3rd child. And so, we're going to be waiting to anxiously meet that little one coming up here in April of next year. So, I think those are the most important things about me, from at least things that I think about myself. I mean, otherwise, I love sports, love watching football and basketball and golf and, kind of any sport, really. I love playing them when I can, too. I'm not super great at sports, but I have a good time, and that's what I'm here for, trying to keep myself active, keep myself healthy so that hopefully I can continue to play with my boys for many years to come.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the intro. You've got a busy life. You're a new doctor. You've got 2 twin boys. You've got 1 on the way. So we'll talk a little bit more about what it was like, going through med school and all those things with 2 little ones. All right.
Yeah.
So here we go. Okay, so we're here on the first hole, and this is a par 4, 408 yards. This is a link style course. I'm going to just go ahead and give this thing a swing. See if we can stay in the fairway. By the way, I am playing with Callaway clubs, and I got my Callaway Chrome Soft ball, which is actually what I play in real life. So let's hope my game is roughly the same. Okay, I'm going off to the right. I heard it hitting the weeds, and 281 yards. So Go ahead, Ben, you step up.
Here we go.
Play your shot.
I'm going to totally ego swing on this thing and just grip it and rip it. Just kidding.
Wow, did you set this on like novice? You hit that thing straight.
I thought it was on amateur. I think you set the what's it called, the parameters for this. So I think it just just had a good shot.
You have 99 yards to pin. You're in the rough, but we're going to go ahead and move to your ball. Okay, just a little bit of rough here. 99 yards to pin. See if we can get something close. By the way, I didn't ask you, what do you think we're going to shoot here today? So I think par on this is 72. What do you think we can do in a two-person scramble?
I think in a two-person scramble, I don't think it's unreasonable to say par. I think we're going to hit at least par. Let's hit a 72.
All right, he is nothing if not ambitious. That is going to wind up, I think, short or long. Don't really know.
That actually kind of worked to me. You're on the
Ben.
green and you're just on kind of like an edge there, it looks like. All right, let's see. The beautiful part about this game is I can shape my shot a lot, and so I get to kind of do some things to the ball. All right. Oh, that's not good.
See over there. All right, so we'll go to my shot. We're 53.7 feet with mine, 54.6 with yours. So we were both locked in about the same. 53.7 feet to the pin, 1 foot uphill. Let's just get it there. Oh, let's get it past there. We are now off the green. So I should have heeded the warning. The greens are firm, so you can take a little bit of what you thought you would need off of this one. Do the Tiger Woods heartbeat. And that was a pretty good putt. We did not practice at all before we played here today, so this is just real. Okay. Try and type this in. Okay, it breaks right, Ben. So get a little bit out there to the left and see if you can get it in. That's okay.
Well,
I think I got this one. All right, so we're starting out with a bogey. Okay, Ben, so you are a new doctor. Why don't you tell the viewers what your specialty is, a little bit about your medical school, and then where you're at right now.
yeah, so my specialty is anesthesiology. More specifically, it's called like anesthesia and perioperative medicine, just because, it's not just within the procedure, but kind of everything around it. In terms of med school, so I went to Liberty University's College of Osteopathic Medical School. It's a 4-year program. Being an osteopathic medical school, I received the similar training to anybody who you see who has an MD behind their name. Only difference being I learned kind of some hands-on manipulation. It's akin to like chiropractic and physical therapy and massage therapy kind of stuff. That's a very like reductionist way to bring it about. I can pop joints, but I can also do like soft tissue things, help muscles relax, work on tight places or painful places within the body. So that was kind of great training. In terms of where I'm at right now, so I am a first-year resident Anesthesia residency is 4 years long. For basically every medical resident, though, across the board, your first year of residency, regardless of length, is called intern year. For intern year, they give you essentially an opportunity to interact with specialties that are geared towards or are at least similar in nature to your base specialty. So for me, for anesthesia, my year is comprised of some months in like critical care units, the ICU, the surgical ICU. I also have some internal medicine some internal medicine months. I have like emergency medicine, and then I get a couple of months of actually doing my specialty, anesthesia. But really the design is to just make you a good physician, right? Medical school is all about getting you to becoming a physician, giving you the base so that you can be a good physician. And then residency is really where the rubber meets the road, right? This is where they give you that hands-on experience to then apply to your base knowledge to then make you good at what your specialty of choice is. And so, while there are many months that I'm not doing what is specifically my selected residency, this first year is just really helpful for me to become better at just making decisions, better at understanding the whole entire process that brings the patient to the operating room, that would bring them to even need to see me in general. And hopefully this makes me better equipped to take care of them, both before, after, and during operations, most, significantly during operations when the medical conditions they have may be affecting them.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. Okay, second hole here, par 5, 439 yards. Looks pretty open up there. I chose a link style because there are no trees, and that's what I need. I tend to really enjoy playing in the trees. So let us see where we can get to with this bad boy. Stay out of the rough.
I think that's going to be good.
Up here in the rough a little bit, but that's okay. I'll be looking back towards you, and we'll watch your shot from this side.
Oh, pulled that.
Yeah, I see you.
I think we're going to go ahead and go with your shot.
I think you're right.
Something tells me.
Yeah.
Hey, actually, you know what? I am on the green of a different hole, so...
That's good.
Yay for me.
You're 289 yards out. I'm 240, so I think we'll come on over here. Play a little.
There we go.
Play a 3-wood here out of the rough. No, I got a hold of all of it. I am on the green. But nope, now I'm off the green. And about 1.5 miles away from the pin. So that's okay.
Okay, good to know.
Get it up here close. It did jump out of that rough for me, so hopefully it works for you. And headed into...
Hold on, we're going to get a good bounce. I can feel it.
You didn't feel correctly. Okay, we'll go ahead and take mine again here. 47 yards from the pin in the rough. Try and knock something close. Or try and knock something far away. Yeah, that was pathetic.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna get in the groove here. I don't know what it's gonna take, but we're gonna figure it out.
Light. Yeah, we'll probably be taking. Is that off the green?
It just barely.
It is on the fairway. Okay, so let's stick with mine here one more time. And we're gonna go 65 feet.
Tell you what, you're gonna need a dogger after you have to carry us on your shoulders this whole night.
Hey, don't worry about it. Okay, not too bad. We may hit this next putt. We'll see, but get a little closer than I did.
I think it's important for the viewers to know I am early in my training, so I haven't yet acquired the doctor level golf skills that everybody talks about.
That's probably actually a really good thing. I'd rather you be practicing on your medicine and not practicing on your golf.
Yeah.
Come on.
Really an appropriate thing for me to do right now.
Come on down that hill.
Ugh.
That's okay.
I thought that hill was going to give me a little bit more than it.
It's all right. Okay. I think this looks like a pretty straight putt. What do you think? Maybe a little bit of break at the end? 8 feet?
I think so, yeah. I mean, just put it like maybe on the left lip there and yep, that'll do.
No, it will not. Oddly, this mirrors my real game. This mirrors my real game almost perfectly. Come on, get in.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, I will tap it in.
Give me a little tappy.
Yay! Okay, so bogey start. We are well on our way to a 72 finish here. So Ben, you started your med school. What year did you start? Was it 2020?
2020.
Okay, so you started right after COVID kicked in. How was medical school different, obviously because of COVID, than what you were maybe expecting going into it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you have this kind of idea, right? This camaraderie with everybody that's going to be in your medical school class. You're going to get to do all of these things together. You have your labs, your anatomy labs, like, you know, all this kind of stuff. And really, of course, that changed. That shut everything down. You know, I had this idea of, oh, we'll all be together in lectures, and this will kind of be how it is. But, you know, really, it then became much more of a, hey, like, everything is virtual. My first year, they had us split up into, like, groups of, like, 30 people or 40 people. So, like, I know roughly a quarter of my class really well, and then otherwise didn't know other people in my class as well as I would have liked to. However, the caveat to that being, it was also a blessing in disguise for my family and I, because it was in my first year of medical school that we had our twin boys. And so the beauty of it was I was able to be home and studying, but also still be available to help out my wife after, you know, she had a pretty traumatic birth of our boys. She had an extended recovery period. And so it was really great for our family that I was able to help with, like, feedings, because I could just take a break from the recorded lectures that they were having us watch. And then, you know, luckily, by the time it came time for me to go in my third and fourth year out to the clinics and to the hospitals, most of the COVID stuff had resolved enough at that point that it was easy for me to be back in person. So really, well, it kind of changed the social aspect of it. You know, it ended up being what my family needed for that time. And I still feel like, you know, I got wonderful training, wonderful education in the first 2 years that set me up for success in my third and fourth year that has ultimately allowed me to pursue the specialty of my choice.
Okay, love it. Okay, hole number 3, 127 yards. It's we're on an elevated tee, about 16 and a half feet elevated. Put a little backspin on this puppy. Maybe if I get it straight and get it there, we can stick it close to the hole. That is not going to be close to the hole. I'm in some cabbage. So do better than that, Ben.
All right, let's see what we can do here.
Swing and a miss.
Nice, we're gonna call that a practice swing.
Sounds good. Swing and a miss. Hey, strike 3 and you're out.
Wait a second.
Side trigger.
Sorry, it actually press the side trigger, so it actually wasn't registering me as even being at the ball. All right, here we go. Third time's the charm, right?
That's right. Oh, that's looking good. Oh, that's looking really good. Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna stick with yours though. I'll put you up there nicely. So, 12 yards. Just give this a little bit of a pop out of here. Slow down, ball. Hey! Wait. You jerk. You rolled into the fairway. Don't do that. Hit the pin. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. Okay, can we walk out of here with a par today?
I think so. Between the two of us?
There we go. Okay, bogey, bogey, par, start. Heading over to the fourth hole. All right, Ben, so you have, and granted, I know I'm biased as the grandpa, but you have two of the cutest boys on the planet, twin boys, Miles and Merrick. Why don't you just share a little bit about them and how they bring you joy?
Oh, yeah. And if you want, since you're grandpa and you have access to all this stuff, if it works in this video, feel free to throw up a little image of them or something if you want.
Got it.
The people can see them.
Yeah.
So we have Miles and we have Merrick. So Miles he's our more timid boy. Okay, timid's not the right word. He's just reserved. Maybe timid still works for that, but he's kind of reserved. He's a little more shy when he meets you for the first time, but once you get him to open up, he's just the funniest, smartest little kid. I mean, he is constantly paying attention to the little details and just soaking it all in, and he's so smart. And then his imagination is just incredible, and he critically thinks about everything, and he's just so funny. He's our rule follower. He's the one who lets us know when either he's done something wrong or when his brother's done something wrong, and so he's great at that. And so then to that you have the yin to his yang, right? Like our boys are pretty opposite of each other, but they balance each other. So Merrick, he's just goofy. He's outgoing. He loves talking to people. He loves waving to people at the stores. He's already kind of a little womanizer. He loves talking to any girl, especially older girls though. If they're in like the teen to young woman to like young adult phase, he will just flirt it up with them. He turns on this little smile, and he's just goofy as can be. One of my favorite things is right now they're obsessed with superheroes, and they love Iron Man and Captain America. And so right now they run around our house calling each other Iron Man and Captain America. They don't even call each other by their first names anymore. And Miles is Iron Man and Merrick is Captain America, and they are running around doing all sorts of missions, asking me to be the bad guy and to like kidnap mom, or asking mom to be the police and to arrest me and put me in their headquarters so they can make me a good guy. And it's just so funny. They're at an awesome age where their imagination is blossoming, and they're doing all of these just fun things to watch.
I love with the two of them. So I know your boys have a thing when you get mad at them, it's called, you big loud them. And I think it's pretty funny when you've maybe big louded one of the boys, and then we get on a call with you and one of them will ask me to big loud you. And so I get to yell at you, which not many people can do in your life, but I get to big loud you, and they just bust up laughing. And we will throw up a picture of these two cuties in their superhero costumes because they are amazing. Love them to death.
Yeah, they're good.
All right, fourth hole, par 4, 397 yards. Looks like it's pretty straight. I'm going to aim up the left-hand side here because I tend to go right, and I don't like it, but that's just the way it is. Oh, come back around. You've been going right all day, and you nail it straight into the hillside. I might even be out of bounds. Nope, I'm in the other fairway. So that's just lovely. Well, at least it'll play from there. All right, Ben, why don't you go ahead and tear this one up.
So it's nice since I'm getting to play this in my living room. I actually have my legs backed up against my couch. It's a nice, good, like, tactile remembrance for me of where I'm at in the room.
Want to put your remote through the TV?
Yeah, or anything important.
Yeah.
Marissa will not be happy with me then.
That a kid. That is a nice shot, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of right in the middle of the
Oh,
fairway.
there you go.
98 drive.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take your ball. And I apologize that it always has me hitting first here in the scramble, but
Nah, it's okay.
you know, that's just kind of the way it is. All right.
I don't mind.
Okay, 99 yards uphill. And I went left again. Kick right. Oh, I did kick. But not far enough. So I'm going to stand out here and watch you put it in the hole. I'm at the pin. Knock it close.
Oh, no.
It's okay. Kick. Okay. It's
The wrong way.
It is not okay. So we'll go back to my ball and go from here. 12 yards. And I hit it too deep. Come on, stay in the green. Okay. Well, we at least have a putt, but it's not a great one, so don't feed her too much mustard. That's good. Stay up. Stay up. We will definitely be taking your ball here. Try and give you a bit of a read. 13 feet. Ooh. Let's move a little right to left. Come on. It's all right. Okay, bogey par. How do we par the par 3 and we're bogeying the 4s and 5s? Usually it's the other way around. We're gonna need to get on a tear here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Ben, so you met the love of your life while you were a missionary over in Portugal. Why don't you just explain a little bit about how y'all met, how long you've been married, and what are your top 3 favorite things about Marissa?
Okay, so we met, as you mentioned, missionaries in Portugal for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We did not meet until right up near the end of her time as a missionary, fairly close to the end of my time as well. I was working in an administrative role for the mission as a whole, and she had gotten a package stuck in customs. And so just trying to help her get it out of that as I was the liaison with kind of the government there, it led to us, being able to have more conversations, kind of establishing a good rapport. And, the purpose of the missions there is not to find the love of your life, right? Like, we're there to do the missionary work.
Well, that's how Mom and I found each other also. So you were just sort of following along in the family
Exactly.
line.
Well, and the phrase there was, eyes open, heart locked, right? So, I mean, my eyes could tell she was a good-looking woman. And again, we got along together well, we were good friends. And so that just kind of led naturally, as I got back, we eventually started texting very much to y'all's involvement as well. But, as we texted, we then got to FaceTiming a lot, which led to a lot of good long-distance dating. And Ultimately she came out to visit. I went out to visit. Then luckily I went to school at BYU nearby her, where she was living in Idaho. And, it just kind of kept going until we got married in December of 2016. And so this year in December, we will have 8 years together, being married at least. If you count dating, it's a little more than that. But, she's awesome. I think some of my favorite things about Marissa, she is a really great cook and baker. It's not been great for my waistline.
So I think your avatar then probably doesn't do service to how good she cooks.
Yeah,
you're pretty fit as an avatar.
Oh, I'm not fit in real life. I've definitely got the dad bod game going strong. But what's great is she's adventurous with food. We both love food together, so it's great. We love to cook and to do things together, so that's awesome. She's also a big sports fan as well, so I'm really lucky. She's always wanting to watch sports games with me. In fact, right now I know she's back in our room watching Sunday Night Football on her own, which is sweet. It's so much fun that it's not a rift in our relationship or anything, that I have a love for these things. We share a love of them together. But then the other thing, and one of the things I love about her the most, she is the best mom. She has done such a good job with our boys. They are happy, healthy, smart, growing boys. Many thanks to her. If it was just me raising them, they'd be all kinds of messed up. So I think we're very lucky, all three of us boys, to have Marissa in our lives.
I agree. She's awesome. We love her. Here we are, fifth hole, par 4, 439. Again, another elevated tee, so 47 feet from the tee box down to the fairway. Not much wind here today, because that's the setting that I put in this system. I didn't need anything else making life more difficult. That is the one. Come on, ball.
Ooh, hit that hill and drop down. Beautiful.
Here we go. Keep going. 308 yards. Yep, 308 yards.
308
we'll take it.
Yards.
You got this.
Whoops, moved away from the tee box. There we go. Okay.
Another smoke. Look at you go.
Ooh, but the other way. Give me a good bounce. Ooh,
into the hill.
Rough though.
Okay, I think we'll take mine.
Yeah.
What? Oh, I'm in the rough too. That's all right. 137 yards here. I got a 9-iron. I'm gonna put a little shot shape on this. Maybe we can get it to stop up there. Get close. It's rolling away from the pin. You got a 30-footer. So I'll come up here and you knock it closer than that. Here we go. Headed right for it. Kicked a little bit to the right, but that's going to be a pretty shot. We are going to be taking yours. Nice hit.
Thanks.
Okay, so 21 feet, a little bit downhill, a little bit right to left. Sure, I'll miss it by about, I'm going to guess 6 feet. I'm going to miss it by 2.4 feet. It didn't really drop as much as I thought it would.
No, it did not.
Come on, hit it. Oh. That was close.
Oh, yeah, because that would have been a birdie putt, huh?
That's okay. So got a part here. I think we're feeling it now. I think we're getting a hold of this or a hang of this, and we're going to be okay. Okay, Ben, so you mentioned you went to BYU. That's where you got your undergrad. What does a person who wants to become an anesthesiologist or go to med school, what was your field of study? What did you get your bachelor's degree in?
Yeah, so there's a lot of ways you can do it. Most colleges have, like a pre-med track or a biology or chemistry major. I happened upon something else that I thought would be helpful for me going forward. So I studied nutritional science. Essentially, I studied nutrition. Ultimately, like a lot of biochemistry and food science stuff, kind of at the end, just to kind of spice things up. But it also happens to include all of the prerequisites that I needed for medical school. I chose this intentionally because, when you look into medical school training, one of the largest deficits in medical school training is actually training in nutrition. During my medical school training, we had 2 lectures on one afternoon about nutrition, and that was it. And so, I figured a better understanding of nutrition and how it affects our bodies could only help me because, a lot of times recovery and overall function of our body is really determined by what we put in our mouth. And so nutrition has been, a good passion of mine, and it's been great to have that in my back pocket to aid me. But, for anybody who's wanting to go to medical school, I would just say find something that interests you enough and that would get you the ultimate requisites that you need to get into med school, but make sure that you can have a good time doing it, right? Like study something that is palatable to you, that you can enjoy, because if you hate the process getting to medical school, it's only going to make it tougher on you. It's a long road, it's long years, it's a lot of studying, so you might as well enjoy what you're studying along the way.
Perfect. Yeah, I got my degree in zoology and I'm a banker. Go figure. I don't know. Things just happen. Nutrition and you're a doctor, those fit a little bit more than zoology and banker. But yeah, that's good. Here we go. Hole number 6, par 4, 349 yards. It looks like it kind of goes up there and to the right, just a hair. Let's see if we can get us to a short chip shot coming in. Oh, we are not probably looking pretty. Or maybe we are. 278 yards. Oh, yeah, I'm in the rough again. This seems to be the place I like to play. All right, Ben, why don't you show us how it's done? I don't know where it's coming from.
Ooh, definitely kicked off.
I see you. Okay, we'll come out of the long grass from my shot. 117 yards. My pitching wedge will go 135, so I'm going to tone her down just a little bit here. And I came out hard right. Oh, yucky. Yeah, I'm not proud of that shot. I will admit it. And that's why we got you here.
Right, because I've been so consistent up until now.
I think you got this.
You've got some good jokes here on Golf Chat.
Hey, join me over in this little strange, crazy,
weird.
long grass. Oh, look, we're within feet of one another. It says you are better by 1 yard, so let's go ahead and take your shot. What am I looking at? So that's a sand trap in front of me. And we've got 29 yards. Okay.
It looks pretty flat up here, so maybe put some good backspin on it or something, see if you can get a little stoppage once you hit the green, because oofda.
Okay. Backspin, you say?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try it. What in the world? Okay.
Actually, very late.
Sit and spin.
Ooh,
Or just
a lot of
roll
mustard I put on that.
on out of there. Okay. We'll take my shot here. About 13 feet. Really kind of just coming right at me. Straight uphill a little bit, maybe a little bit of breeze. Drop in the hole. Just kind of like you, that putt was a disappointment.
How we doing a back off challenge?
Yes. Come on, ball.
Well, I continue to disappoint.
No, it's okay. There's always
You're used to it.
there's always the next hole. Okay, another bogey. We are not good. Okay. Ben, I think people would be interested in knowing, anybody who's thought about going to medical school, maybe what it's like. So why don't you talk just a little bit, what was year one like? Over the next 4 holes, we'll cover each of those 4 years, but what was year one in medical school like? What'd you do?
Yeah, so year one is really just basic introduction to medicine, basically. It's a lot of just, like I mentioned earlier, laying the groundwork of medicine. So, you learn a lot of physiology and a lot of anatomy, trying to understand, at least for my school, this is how it worked. It's kind of different for every med school, but for my school, the first year was dedicated to understanding normal presentation, right? So this is how your body is supposed to work. Here's all the intricacies of how it's supposed to work. Know these things well. And so, that included anatomy labs, so cadavers, we did some dissections of cadavers. And then because I was in osteopathic school, I also had every week, multiple times a week, labs and lectures in osteopathic manipulation. So learning hands-on techniques to do various things. So yeah, that was first year.
That was the poppies, right? Is that where you learned how to pop our necks and our back and all that stuff?
Yeah.
That was year one?
That was kind of that was the bulk of it, was year one. Year two was kind of like finessing those skills, understanding them a little bit deeper, getting a little bit better at it.
Okay. And year one of med school, what was the cost of year one?
So it was roughly $80,000. I think it was like $83,000. So tuition was $45,000, and then the rest of that $35,000 was living expenses that were calculated by my school. So we took out the full gamut of loans just to cover our living needs. And then because Marissa was pregnant during our first year and ultimately stopped working, we were fortunate enough to then, by living on student loans, we qualified for other financial assistance from the government, things like food stamps and Medicaid. That was incredibly helpful for us, as it saved us some money and allowed us to provide for our family in other ways, and really helped kind of balance our budget.
Perfect. Hole number 7, par 3, 123 yards. I would be happy with just getting on the green. That was a high shot. And I'm in the rough. Once again, just short. I did, but I toned it down a little bit. So I came up just short. I think I'm in the rough right at the front of the pin, or front of the green.
Trying to get a little backspin on this here. Whoa! What? What happened with it?
I think you got some backspin.
I think currently, but like, all right,
we got a 7-yarder here. Can we just pretend we didn't see that?
Yeah, what are the settings for mulligans? I think we need a few.
I don't know, but it's really embarrassing to look back and see my ball 1 yard in front of yours. That a girl. Look at you! Oh, that was so close to being perfect. Okay. Sweet.
Nice.
Look at that. We're parring the par threes. We got the hardest ones down. We'll head over to number 8 next. Here we go. Okay, Ben, year 2 med school.
So yeah, year 2 just built on year 1. Focus was on what we call pathology, right? That's just the fancy medical term we use for what is it in a disease process that makes it unique, what makes it identifiable. And so, that's where then they took every one of the systems that we had, your cardiovascular system, your pulmonary system, and they broke it down and they're like, okay, great. So here's how, your heart is supposed to work. Let's talk about heart failure. Let's talk about, infections of the heart. Let's talk about heart attacks, like all of those things. They broke them all down, as many as they could, trying to prepare you for then at the end of your second year, regardless of what medical school you go to, you take board exams. And so there's 3 board exams ultimately for every medical training, and then further boards to take once you're in residency and becoming and completing your residency. But for medical school, kind of the focus is to get you through year 1 and year 2 and get you to your board exam that you can hopefully pass. And so they try to focus on the things that your boards exams will teach you, but also, again, laying this foundation that will make you successful when you finally go into the clinic the next year and actually start seeing medicine and clinical thought in action.
And what is the test, the boards at the end of year 2? I think you said those were a pass-fail. They used to be a scored test and percentile ranks, things like that, but they moved it to pass-fail. Is that right?
Yes, the first one. So for MDs, they take something called USMLE, and then for DOs, you can take what's called COMLEX. But both of them have a first, second, and third exam. So the first exam, recently, in my year actually was the first year to do this, they moved it to a pass-fail exam. So, I did all this studying for it just to get an email that says pass.
Is it more or less stressful, pass-fail, versus having a score that's going to rank you?
It was a little bit of both, because it used to be that those exams were the ones that more or less predetermined what residencies you would qualify yourself for. So having it be pass-fail took a little bit of that pressure off, but then, the pressure was really just, okay, I just need to reach the minimum score possible, at least, to pass, right? Hopefully you're doing much better than that. But then it comes and plays into this this aspect of like, okay, well, if I didn't have a number goal that I was specifically reaching for, because it's hard for me to know where I was at based on the scoring, because it was pass-fail, it was just kind of this stressful thing of like, well, now if I fail, how does that look?
What next? Yeah.
Terrible. Yeah, like what's up now? So, gratefully and thankfully I passed.
And if somebody failed, what do they do?
Usually just take it again. Most of the time, if you could take it in a short enough period of time, they would allow you to start your third year of medical school, and then you could take the exams. Or if you failed and it was not possible for you to take them again, sometimes you'd have to just wait out an entire year and then start, like your third year of medical school with the class that was behind you. So that could be a little detrimental.
So, yeah, detrimental, but not the kiss of death. You still have a chance to move on. Okay, sounds good.
Certainly.
Okay. 8th hole, par 4, 363. Looking at the map, there's a lot of mean stuff on the left. So that means I'm probably going to go left. Lucky me. I did not go left.
Oh.
Okay, and I didn't hear something about it being in the rough, so might be a halfway
You're
decent
right
shot.
in the middle of the fairway.
Okay.
The beautiful part about this game is I can kind of follow your shot in the air. I can go big mode and watch it.
That's good. How do you go big mode again?
You pull down on the joystick.
Okay. So I'm big mode now. Hi, little Ben.
There we go. Hello. Prepare to be disappointed. Oh, okay. Maybe I'll get a good cake.
You did.
Respectable, but you are closer, I believe. Yeah, 30 yards.
Yeah, okay. So
I wonder what we're gonna do.
even if yours was better, we were taking mine. So we are 100 yards. I'm gonna try and take this in low. Let's see. Okay. I should probably make sure my power meter is where it needs to be. Feet. That's all right. That's doable. I think you can do better.
All right, let's go with that. Yes. All right.
Come on, ball. Roll. I think the spinnies may have gotten you just a little bit, but that's okay. 19 and a half feet. Come on, get in. Of course it's not going to get in and give us a bird. That'd be too easy. Come on.
No, let me just get on the other side.
It's all right. Good cut. I'll take the glory here again. Got a par. We're playing better. Not great, but playing better.
We're working our way there.
Okay, Ben. So year 3 of medical school at Liberty. What was that all about?
Yeah. So year 3, again, kind of a more standard thing across most medical schools. There are certain rotations that you are required to have, is what they call them. So a rotation is just a clinical experience. So, there was 8 weeks worth of internal medicine is what it's called, just doctors who are in the hospital taking care of your run-of-the-mill sick patients. I had OBGYN, I had a surgery month, I had family medicine, I had a month in osteopathic manipulation. And so, these things were meant to just kind of give you a cursory exposure to the majority of specialties and to give you an opportunity to start seeing how the things you learned in first and second year apply to the real world. Because, you kind of study everything in a vacuum in your first and second year, and then you get out there and you realize that everything's not all, cut and dry, black and white, right? Like there's a lot of finesse that goes into clinical decision making, a lot of weighing of certain factors, and it's hard to understand which of those factors are important until you really start working with people who know what they're doing.
And where did you do those rotations?
I did my rotations, luckily for us and for our family, in Lynchburg. For DO schools, there tend to be multiple locations where you can go and do your rotations. So the majority of my classmates got relocated to somewhere else, either within Virginia or to a few other states where we had kind of relationships with hospitals. But we got to stay in Lynchburg, which was really nice, and work with the hospital system out there, Centra Hospital Systems.
Yeah, that was so awesome the way that worked out. Okay, this hole, par 5. We're finally back at a par 5, 439 yards. We need to build some momentum here. I see a birdie in our future, and it's coming because of you, Ben, not me.
Oh.
I'm gonna stay fairway.
I think so. Lovely, Desmond.
Okay, 282 yards. Take that, I'll get out of your way. You can take command of this lovely tee box.
Well, yours is still rolling over. Wow.
Got a worm burner going in there.
With me right now. Yeah, jeez.
Okay, we'll go ahead and take my shot again. Go figure. Okay. We have 162 yards to the pin, and wouldn't you know it, we've got 162 yards is how far I hit an 8-iron. Not in real life, but in this game. I never like it at the end when it still says I'm yards away and not feet. So I'm off the green here to the right. Counting on you, Sir Benjamin. Right through my face. Oh, very pretty shot. There we go. In the words of Dak Prescott, here we go.
Oof.
I shouldn't mention that was a bad game today.
No, that was so bad.
Okay, so we got a tricky one here. It's about a foot downhill and 36 feet. And that did not break, and that sailed. We may be, 18 feet. So remember what I said about birdieing this hole. It is all on you. So
That's for an eagle right now, because it's number 5, right?
Oh, is it really? Okay, then maybe
Yeah,
it is.
we got on in 2.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, just knock it in then. Sit. Sit. That is okay stuff right there. I wish it would let you hit in one of your good shots. Well, maybe it will here, because I can miss this. I could actually 3-putt from here. Almost a guarantee. Yeah, look at that. It's going to break left to right just a little bit at the end, so aim left of the hole. Got it. Booyah, baby. Our first birdie. Okay, +3 on the front 9. It's honestly, if I ever shot a 39 in real life, I would do a backflip and probably kill myself. But that's not bad. So it just means we gotta make up some strokes here on the back 9. Okay.
You can do it.